Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been at your job sipping your third cup of coffee before noon, staring at your screen wondering, is this it? Is this what the next 30 years of my life look like? Then suddenly, like a ray of hope from the heavens, or maybe just a rogue post on social media, you stumble across it, early retirement. Your heart skips a beat. You start thinking, wait, people actually retire in their 30s? That's a thing? I thought early retirement meant quitting by 55 and still answering emails in my dreams. But no, it turns out there's an entire world out there where people are sipping coconuts on beaches at 38, while the rest of us are still arguing over who took the office stapler. And in that moment, your mind starts racing. You think, what if I could do that? What if I could retire early? Now hold on. Before you pack your bags for Bali and tell your boss where to stick that spreadsheet, let's take a breath. Because yes, early retirement is real. And no, it doesn't mean winning the lottery or inventing the next billion-dollar app. Although, if you do invent the next billion-dollar app, good for you. Just remember who gave you the idea to dream big. The truth is, early retirement is about more than money. It's about lifestyle. It's about making choices now that future you will want to high-five you for, or hug you, or send you a thank you gift basket full of chocolate and zero bills. But here's where the humor kicks in. Because when most of us think about early retirement, we picture luxury yachts, silk robes, and maybe a personal chef named Marco who knows just how crispy we like our toast. But reality? Reality is realizing you've been spending half your paycheck on food delivery and subscriptions you forgot you had. Yes, I'm looking at you. Yoga app premium annual auto renewal. So now you get serious. You binge financial videos, read money blogs, maybe even download a budget spreadsheet, one you open once and then pretend doesn't exist after 3 days. You tell your friends you're planning to retire early and they laugh. Retire? You can't even retire from your Netflix queue. And you know what? Fair enough, you're still 4 seasons behind on everything. But still, something shifts. You start thinking differently. You realize early retirement isn't about escaping work. It's about escaping the kind of work you don't love. It's about freedom. It's about buying back your time, not just buying stuff. So you cut a few expenses. You make your own coffee instead of buying the overpriced one with oat milk and an attitude. You sell some unused junk. You start tracking your spending. You open an investment account. You even start to understand what compound interest is. It's like magic, but for adults. Then one day you wake up and you feel it. You're not just working to survive anymore. You're working with a purpose, with a plan. And every dollar saved isn't just money, it's time. It's a Tuesday morning walk. It's a Thursday afternoon nap. It's freedom from having your whole week revolve around meetings that could have been emails. And don't get me wrong, early retirement isn't about never working again. It's about choosing work that brings joy, work that feels like play, work that lets you take a break and not panic about your bank account. It's about telling stress, thanks for your time, but I've moved on. Now the funny part? Once you start this journey, your brain becomes a financial detective. You see numbers everywhere. You calculate how many avocado toasts it would take to derail your plan. You look at a $4 soda and think, that's 10 years of compound growth I'm saying no to. You get high off the idea of passive income. You start dreaming in dividends. You whisper sweet nothings to your savings account. And sure, your friends may roll their eyes when you skip the fancy dinner or suggest a potluck instead. But that's okay, because every decision brings you closer to that magical moment when you wake up and realize you don't have to go to work. You can if you want, but you're not forced to. That moment, that's the real luxury. It's not the boat, not the five-star resorts. It's the freedom to choose. So if you've ever dreamed of retiring early, of reclaiming your time, of designing your life instead of defaulting into it, know this, you're not crazy. You're not unrealistic. You're just one of the few who dared to ask, what if life didn't have to look like this forever? And if that question led you here, then congratulations, you're already on your way. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you something to smile about or something to think about, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because the journey to financial freedom doesn't have to be boring. It can be exciting, empowering, and yes, a little funny too. See you in the next one.